Svan, you have the abrogation of Article 370 that is being mentioned by the Prime Minister today in his address as well, and a different kind of celebrations and the feel that is being felt on ground there in Srinagar as well, as my colleagues Zeenat and Sakal and Shavan, who are all joining us from Srinagar. Over to you, Zeenat. Especially, it is a completely different feel of independence for the people of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh. We've been getting all the colors there from Jammu and Ladakh. What is going on in Kashmir?
Colors of India from here, from the heart of Sher Kashmir Stadium with my colleague Zeenat. Let's also tell our viewers, this Independence Day is going to be very, very special for more than one reason. And I'm going to ask for those to try and pan camera and get you as close look as possible, because National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is sitting right next to Governor Satyapal Malik to witness this very, very special cultural ceremony. Remember, from iconic Lal Killa to iconic Lal Chowk, and from iconic Lal Chowk to this stadium, which is also going to be registered in the history of the nation, because Jammu and Kashmir in this very, very special Independence Day joins hands and hearts, Zeenat, with the rest of the country, and that's what makes it special.
Absolutely, Sakal, and the way Governor of the state, Satyapal Malik, made his speech, and finally also he also touched that the way the Article 370 was scrapped by the Parliament in India on Monday, and the way now it will come to the Kashmirs as well as the Jammutis, even the Ladakhis. The long demand of the Ladakhis has been fulfilled by the centre, and in fact it has opened a lot of doors to the population of Jammu as well as Kashmir, and it has had a lot of opportunities for the people of Kashmir who were not able. In fact, the political leaders would never give them derailed the population from the basic necessities by getting them involved in the other issues. But at the same time, Satyapal Malik made it very clear that the centre as well as the government of this place have a very clear policy about the terrorism and the militants, and also said, in fact, that since the governor rule has been imposed in Jammu and Kashmir, we're not only seeing the downscale of the stone pelting incident, but also recruitment. Also touched the Kashmiri Pandits here, where he said that Kashmir is incomplete without Kashmiri Pandits, and the centre is committed to their return. Is it, Sakal?
Very, very strong words from Governor, and more stronger words from the Prime Minister, where he also talked about the way forward, the big roadmap when it comes to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, who have been by and large the victims of conflict, and now the development, the rights, the employment opportunity, the peace and prosperity which the people of this conflict-ridden state rightly deserve. And all this is going to happen as far as the smooth transition of this abrogation of the Article 370 and 35A is considered. And also very important, Amita, remember in the previous Independence Day address, Prime Minister said that goli nahi, gali nahi, lekin Jammu Kashmir ke logon ko gale se lagana hai. And that Independence Day and this Independence Day, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when it comes to the Kashmir policy, when it comes to the robust and most humanitarian Kashmir policy, he has actually walked the talk. Yes, it's going to take some time. There are a lot of apprehensions when it comes to the implementation, but at the same time, remember, Zeenat, we've been traveling north-south, and we've been going to the downtown Srinagar. It's going to take some time, and but smoothly the valley is limping back to normalcy.
See, when this development happened, because people were not prepared for the 370 article will be scrapped, there were the rumors and some inputs coming in, because the way the troop mobilization were coming from the Delhi and the way the orders were getting viral on the social media, there were the apprehension that the Delhi is doing something, but this was more like an surprise. Also, most of the administration even was caught up by surprise, because they were told you have to gear up with the men and machinery on ground and wait for the signals. But at the same time, what is important for the valley at present is that the communication blockade for the last, this is now the 11th day when they have no communication from their near and dear ones. So which is, despite that the administration have put some landlines and helpline numbers, but at the same time, if you talk about from the District Development Commissioner Srinagar's office, so in last 10 days we have witnessed some 14,000 phone calls were made from alone from the District Development Commissioner, and the simultaneously the communication blockade that needs to go. And though there are the officers who are saying that tomorrow the Friday is crucial, because you will be having again the congregation of prayers, and we have been witnessing that after Friday's prayers are over, there are the incidents of stone pelting. So we need to wait that whether the stone pelting will take place, and the decision, the review security meet will take place once the Friday prayers are over, and then the administration will decide whether the phone lines, particularly the landlines, will be open for the public, they will be restored, so that some ease is is on ground and the people are able to communicate.
Seema, then amidst all this, Amita, no matter how much Pakistan tries to fearmonger and manufacture fake news on Kashmir, no matter how much BBC or Al Jazeera, for that matter, try to script a false narrative on Kashmir, these are the visuals. Firdaus, let's sum it up with these visuals, which speak actually louder than words. This is the dare coming from Jammu Kashmir people to all those who continue to fearmonger. The people are out, and here they celebrate the Independence Day with the rest of the country. Amita, live visuals from Sher Kashmir Stadium in the heart of Srinagar on Republic TV. Amita.
Absolutely colourful and vibrancy. That is exactly, Shravan, if I can come across to you, because as Zeenat and Sakal were pointing out, it's been 10 days, uneventful, peaceful days. There has been one small step at a time which has been taken as far as complete peace that prevails in the valley. The first Friday prayers, then it was the festival of Eid, and this is another festival of democracy when it comes to Kashmir's full integration. Tell us about what you've been witnessing on ground.
Well, Amita, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi rightly said, what wasn't done in 70 years was done in 70 days. And that's a clear reflection here on the ground too, that as far as the abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35A is concerned, remember it has its own ramifications on the ground. We have spoken to several Kashmiris across the valley, and remember everyone essentially hailed the decision that was essentially taken by the centre, because remember this would essentially mean economic independence for several of the youth. Yes, there have been certain difficulties that Kashmiris have faced because there is a communication blockade, but that was essentially done to prevent these mischief mongers to carry on with their activities. On keeping in mind we have an adversary like Pakistan who is hell-bent to create law and order situation, to worsen the law and order situation here in Kashmir, and they seem to be desperate. We've also been out on the streets today. Remember, there is certainly a security clampdown, because remember, this is not the first time. Every 15th August we have seen there is an attempt that is basically made by our adversary to create some sort of a trouble, and that is the reason why the security is of paramount importance at this point in time. Security agencies also maintaining that there is cross-border infiltration, that is, that the attempts of cross-border infiltration taking place over the last few days, and that is the reason why there is a complete clampdown. Having said that, why this Independence Day becomes extremely important and significant is because of the fact that this is a new dawn for Kashmir, and the fact that this is being celebrated across districts despite the kind of security constraints that we have seen.
Absolutely, and the difference really that brings about today in the Prime Minister's address, and the Pakistani Prime Minister, well, several times in each and every sentence that he was mentioning India, he was mentioning Prime Minister Modi's name. Not once the Prime Minister of India even made any sort of a note as far as Pakistan is concerned. His vision was way forward when it comes to the development of the country, Sakal and Zeenat and Shravan, because that exactly is the point of view where the Prime Minister is thinking forward, what his vision is all about the country, and he's talking about it in a whole, especially the vision for the youth, the vision for the youngsters there, the vision for the people already there as far as traders, businessmen, the education sector, health sector, population control, several of them that he raised. Sakal and Zeenat.
Yes, absolutely. And you know, this Prime Minister's outreach to the people of Jammu and Kashmir has been more than once. We have seen, remember, a few months he was here, he visited Srinagar. He took a very brief tour of iconic Dal Lake also. In the last address, he said, referring to Kashmir, that Goli se nahi, gali se nahi, hum aapko gale lagayenge. Post-abrogation bill being passed in the parliament, there was a very, very candid and, you know, from the heart Prime Minister's outreach address to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, where he almost touched the right chord when it comes to instilling confidence in the people of Jammu and Kashmir post this abrogation of Article 370 and 35, and also at the same time bridging trust deficit. Having said that, Amita, this is very essential to note here from the news point of view, the kind of false narrative, the deliberate and desperate attempts from certain sections of the social media, certain sections of the international media, certain sections of the national media also are desperately trying to script point A, fear-mongering as far as the unprecedented communication clampdown is considered. Now, we need to understand, we do not need lectures from anybody. Our administration or Jammu and Kashmir government do not need lectures from anybody when it comes to ensuring the safety and security of the people of Kashmir. The entire clampdown on communication network was only and only to ensure that there is no untoward incident. There is no untoward incident, whether it's stone pelting or any encounters, etc. And the people are safe. Point number 2, very essential. The political dispensation of Jammu and Kashmir, who are currently under lockdown. As behind me, you can hear the reverberation of these slogans, Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Vande Mataram. They are staring at a massive political crisis, Amita. They are staring at a massive political crisis because none of the civilians, at least I don't know, and my team, we have been really talking to people off record, on record, off camera. There is no revolt that where are our leaders. On the contrary, the kind of reaction.
And that is exactly the real picture that Republic India Network, with the biggest team on ground, has been getting for our viewers. Not believing in fake news, propaganda, lies that are being peddled, or even international media, who seems to be clearly a lot more influenced. And this point in time, Shravan also is sending us a report in and around the area of Lal Chowk, and he will also get us the feel on ground, especially because this is a new day, a new dawn that Kashmir is witnessing, a different sense of independence that is being celebrated in the valley.
It's a new dawn in Kashmir. After Article 370 and Article 35A was abrogated by the centre, this is the first Independence Day. And remember, across Kashmir, we are given to understand that every district today is celebrating Independence Day. We are broadcasting from the iconic Lal Chowk, and I'll ask my video journalist Gaurav to give you a quick glimpse of Lal Chowk. Though wears a deserted look, that's because of the security conditions. We've also seen other parts of Srinagar, which is also under complete security clampdown at this point in time, but that's because the government essentially wants to prevent any untoward incident from taking place. Having said that, over the last 1 week, Republic Media Network has been getting you voices of Kashmiris who have essentially hailed this decision that has been taken by the centre. At the same time, difficulties that have been faced by ordinary Kashmiris, difficulties because of the decision that has been taken by the Indian government as far as communication clampdown is concerned. That's only because it is to prevent mischief mongers from carrying out their rumor mongering, and also essentially because Pakistan at the end of the day has been disappointed by this entire decision that was taken by the Indian government. And not just that, they're also spooked by the response that has basically come in from Kashmir, where ordinary Kashmiris have actually hailed this entire decision of the government, saying that it is certainly a new dawn for Kashmir and new opportunities for all Kashmiris.